Good luck. Okay, next on the agenda, we have Brian Genest requesting reappointment to the Dracut Access TV Board of Directors.
Make that a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a subsequent motion to table this until our next meeting. And if I can get a second on that, I will explain the reasons for it.
I'll second that.
Yeah, so anyway, I guess I'm going back to the first appointment, and quite frankly, I know that reappointments are pretty much always automatic. If you have somebody that, serves on the planning board for 10 years and they notify Ann that they want to serve another 5 years or whatever the term is, it's pretty much automatic. But this position was actually a temporary appointment to fill a vacancy that was left by a resignation. So there was a term to this appointment, and so it's not as if we're appointing someone that's been there for 10 years and should be rewarded for the 10 years that they put in it. So my issue is that we're always asking for volunteers, and I think in this case, without this actually being posted, we're asking people to volunteer, but unless you know inside of baseball, you didn't even know that this was available. And I can tell you that I didn't know that this appointment was up until I read the agenda this week. So I would ask that we at least postpone it just until our next meeting so that it'll give other people an opportunity to make it known if they would like to serve on this committee. And that's the only reason why I have made this subsequent motion.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second to postpone.
I'll speak to that. Yeah, on this, he does have a second on the subsequent motion. I'll speak to that. I will not be voting to table it. As far as I'm concerned, Brian's done exactly what I wanted him and asked for him to do. This is a reappointment. This isn't an open call to, again, you don't do this at planning board. You don't do it at other volunteer boards where anytime somebody's up for a reappointment, you don't re-advertise, ask, the person who's already in that position sort of has that opportunity to continue his appointment. And so I will not be voting to table this and open it back up.
Okay.
I as well, Madam Chair.
Okay. So we're going to take a vote on the motion to table this.
Yes, and I would also like a roll call vote, Madam Chair.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Madam Chair, is that the way? So we vote on the subsequent motion first?
Okay, so roll call vote to table this from Selectman Duraco,
No.
No.
Selectman Forcier, Selectman Archinsky,
Yes.
Selectman Santiago Hutchings.
Yes.
And the chair votes no. So motion fails 3-2.
I'll call a roll call for the first motion then.
Selectman Duraco?
reappoint.
Yes.
To reappoint. Selectman
Reappoint,
Duraco?
yes.
Yes.
Selectman Forcier, Selectman Archinsky,
No.
and Selectman Santiago Hutchings.
I'm a no, and if I may just elaborate a little bit, I was a no originally because we didn't follow a process and there was a second candidate, and based on his application, he looked like he was qualified. And I do feel bad because part of the reason I wanted to be on this board was to make processes fair and open to everyone, and it felt like we just kind of skirted this one through. The second reason I was a no at that time was the appearance of a conflict, and even if it was found that there's no conflict, when I first started on the zoning board, I had a long talk with Dennis Peendack and Glenn Edwards about appearance of a conflict being, just as strong as a conflict. So even though you can prove, or the Ethics Commission said it's not a conflict, if someone thinks it's a conflict or gives the appearance of a conflict, it becomes a conflict. So that's how I've operated for the past 12 years in my service to the town, and I just expect the same. I feel like it's husband and wife is just way too much of a conflict, in my opinion. And for this time, time has passed and there's been some derogatory talk against other appointed officials in the media. And I feel like this appointment is, they represent us, they're an extension of us, and I expect more integrity from our appointees.
Okay. So just so I can be clear, I did filed the appropriate paperwork with the Ethics Commission and with the towns, and that gave me the right to vote on appointments and everything DATV related. So I just want to make sure that that's clear to the public tonight as we sit and talk about this. Okay, so we had 2 yeses on the reappointment, 2 noes on the reappointment, and the chair votes yes. So the motion passes 3-2.
Thank you, Brian.